ticking clock.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Hanging Out with Chops. I want to say a big shout out to all the new listeners. Thank you for coming back to check out another episode. Today's episode was inspired by a really great conversation I had with a young engineer who was just starting out. Obviously, he was really taken back by, the size of the studio and all the knobs and screens and drum kits and instruments and, I could see the glimmer in his eye. Kind of reminded me of myself when I was very young. He asked me the question I think a lot of people are wondering about when they get into this business. How do I actually make money at this? Now, I've been doing this for a long time. I've worked in big studios, regular studios, home studios. I've worked with incredible artists, and I've seen the industry from a lot of different angles. The truth is, whether you're just starting out or you've been at it for years, it always comes back to the same thing: finding opportunities, being resourceful, and showing people that you care about the work. Now, what stood out to me about this conversation was this young man's hunger. He wasn't asking, how do I get famous? How do I get rich? He just wanted to know, how can I get paid for the skills I have and the skills I'm trying to build? And honestly, that's the right mindset, because there's a lot of opportunities everywhere. A lot of them are hiding in plain sight. So today, I want to share not just the ideas I gave him, but a few more along the way that can help you turn your passion into income. So let's be clear. It isn't about being flashy or trying to impress anyone. This is about being practical, being reliable, and building your reputation step by step. I'll also share a couple of stories from my own career, from little side gigs that turned into bigger gigs, little small jobs that turned into big jobs. Because the truth is, when you're starting out, no job is too small. Every gig is a chance to improve yourself. So let's dig in. Here's some of the best ways to start making money as a young engineer.
We're hanging out with Chops. Time just never stops. Answers fade like drops on a broken ticking clock.
I get it, guys. I've been in your shoes. I've been there starting off. How do I make money at this? How do I make $1? From personal experience, one of the things I always share is you got to get hungry for this. And sometimes people think I mean figuratively, but I mean literally sometimes. Hey, you'd be surprised what you do when you're hungry. So let's break it down. Number one, and I'm sure this is the one everyone thinks about. Well, actually, number one is probably recording at a big studio. I mean, that's the dream, It's like anybody that picks up a football. The dream is you want to be in the NFL. The kid that picks up a baseball. Obviously, the dream is, you want to be a baseball player for a major league. But till you get to that day, you still got to eat and you still got to make money. So these are practical ideas, okay? Number one, local bands and musicians. I'm sure this is the one we all think about. Offer live recordings of rehearsals and shows. Make a demo package. Nothing crazy and outlandish. $100, $200. One of the things we discussed was workshop your scene. Go look for some bands. Look for all kinds of bands. Bands that are starting. Bands that already have gigs. Bands that are going to the next level. Hey guys, would you be interested in recording a demo? Would you be interested in recording a single? Would you be interested in recording anything for live streaming? Getting in with a local band is a great way to start. One of the things we were discussing was, okay, you can record the bands. You can make them their demos. A lot of people have probably approached them on that. A good angle to take, you don't want to go in there and try to get work that they're already getting from someone else, because you can do it better. You want to find opportunities in things that they're not getting done. Maybe I can rephrase that better. You want to look for opportunities in what they're not doing, then try to revamp what they are already doing. So for example, yes, a band, you can approach them and you can say, hey dude, I'd love to record you all live. I'd love to record you all's demos or rehearsals or whatever. But another great or maybe even better angle would be approaching a band and saying, hey, have you ever thought about stem work, getting backing tracks going? Hey, yeah, man, we've thought about that. So-and-so sometimes doesn't make the gig, and it sucks that we have to cancel the gig. It's a great opportunity for you to work your way in there. So here we go. Who's the guy? Hey, man, sometimes the bass player can't make it. All right, guys. Hey, I can help you all build all your bass backing tracks. What does that mean? Well, what that means is you don't have to cancel gigs anymore. So you attend their practice and you record the bass player to a click track and you teach the band how to play with a click track. There you go. Bass backing tracks done. You know how appreciative they would be of you? Because now they know that they can play anywhere. Hey, I've always wanted a rhythm part under this lead part, but I'm the only guitar guy. There is no other guitar guy. But if we had backing tracks, perfect. Yes. Let me help you build these backing tracks. Vocalists. Man, nobody sings harmony. I wish somebody could sing harmony to some of these tracks. I can sing them, but I can't do them live, and I don't want to use a harmonizer. I can help you build those backing tracks. So that'd be opportunity number one. Get in with a band. If it can't be demo work and it can't be recording work, try to do some of their stem work, some of their backing track work. I'm sure they'll be very appreciative of it. All right, number two, churches or mega churches. Great opportunity, guys. Of course, a lot of this depends on what areas you live in. Some smaller areas may just have a small local church, but there's still opportunities there. Some of the larger cities have these big mega churches. Great place, guys, where you can work yourself in and be really appreciated. These churches, they need engineers. They need engineers for the actual service. They need engineers if they actually live stream, or they also need musicians. Some of the larger churches may actually need video people or all kinds of editing jobs. Now, I have one friend who actually got a gig at one of the bigger mega churches, and man, they put him through the ringer. I'm talking about before they ever even employed him. He actually had to do a 12-week church study, or I guess that's the best word for it. But this was a huge mega church that televised to millions and millions of followers. And he actually did have to do, a 12-week course with the church on Bible study before he ever touched a console. Hey, but once he got in, it was a great opportunity for him. He's still there. They offered him benefits. He has health insurance. They pay him really good. Now he actually travels with him. So whenever that pastor is in any city, and if that pastor is behind a mic, he's behind the console. He is that guy's right-hand man. So that's number 2, mega churches. Number 3, venues and event spaces. And I would say not just venues and event spaces, but any place that people gather outside of churches, of course. So baseball parks, football parks, anywhere where they have PAs that they need an engineer. It's a great place to try to get your foot in. They do expos. They do live performances. So here locally, there's a huge venue, and they have Exhibit Hall A, Exhibit Hall B. I mean, they can put probably 1,000 people in one, 1,000 people in the other one, and then they have smaller rooms. Several times a year, they actually do these huge festivals, and they'll have one big band in one ballroom, another big band in another ballroom, and then they have public speakers in all these smaller rooms. That was a great place. I did a lot of work there. Man, I set up probably 12 different PAs. Some of the smaller rooms were quick and easy PAs. It was a small little line array stick, one small mixer. The mixer had a playback for some music, 2 or 3 microphones, a table, 2 or 3 chairs. Did about 10 of those little setups, one in each room. Then obviously the big halls had, the big setups, subs, full line array, back line, front of house, monitor system, the whole 9 yards. But this is a great opportunity where you can go and actually apply for a job there as an engineer, as backline, as a monitor guy, as front of house, as anything. As long as you can get your foot in the door. Number 4 is one that gets overlooked quite a bit. Cheer squads, dance studios. Believe it or not, even bodybuilders, all these dance squads, they need routines. A lot of times, their routine is 2 to 3 minutes long. They're trying to splice 7 songs together. If you become their person, they'll call you every season. Hey, we have this gymnastics show and we're using this song and then this part of this song and then this part of this song. That's a quick job you can do. And they'll come back. They'll be repeat customers. I actually have one client who's a bodybuilder. I've never even met this gentleman. It just happened that one time he called me. Hey, I got your name from so-and-so and I got your number. And he told me what he does. He was like, I'm a bodybuilder and I do these shows. And I was like, yeah, man, run me through it. What are you doing? Well, I like to play this song. And then at this moment, I want to strike this pose. So I want like some impactful noise or something here. And then I want to do this. And so, yeah, I custom build for him 2 minutes of audio that's just for him. And he'll hey, I want this song, and then I want to do this pose, and then this pose, and then let's fade to this, and then has a hard stop, and blah, blah, blah. Now I've been working with him now probably over 5 years. And I've probably done maybe, 20, 30 different sets for him. And every time he goes to a competition, he'll give me a call. It's gotten to the point now where we hardly even talk. It's all email. And he'll send me just like a little script. And he'll send me the songs and I edit them. I kind of know what he wants already. And I'll send him one and have him approve it. And if he needs some changes, I'll do the changes for him, send it back. He'll Cash App me or PayPal me or whatever. And great relationship that we've built. Dance teams, ballet, folklorico, anyone that uses some sort of dance routine, they would love to have you, or they'd love to have your contacts as their go-to person. And for a lot of these things we're talking about, that's the whole niche, is you want to become their go-to person. I'm so glad we know you because I don't have to worry about this aspect of it. All I know is that I give you my ideas and you run with it. And that's what they need. That's what they want. Number 5, fundraisers and non-for-profits. Guys, they all need sound for live auctions, benefit concerts, promo videos. Hey, it's not the highest paying jobs, but it's a job that you'll get once or twice a year. And that's the whole thing. They want that reliable guy that showed up last year, that did a great job, that understands what they do. Number 6, online platforms. Now, this is one that a lot of people overlook. It's a great job because you don't have to go anywhere. For the most part, you can basically do it at home from your platform. What am I talking about? Well, a good example is Fiverr. Fiverr. You want to know if you got the chops? That's a great place to go. People from all over the world are doing the jobs you want. They're editing, they're mixing, they're mastering, they're time aligning, they're pitch shifting, they're tuning. Whatever it is that you think you're good at, post it. Get on these online platforms, offer your services. Develop good relationships with these guys. It's another great opportunity. Number 7 is quite obvious, podcasts. You're here, you're listening to one. Podcasts are a growing industry, guys. You can record podcasts. You can edit them. You can help someone load them. What they may not know, you can learn and you can teach them. Number 8, schools and colleges. They all do choir concerts, Christmas concerts, jazz concerts, mariachi concerts, dance concerts, and I'm sure they'd love a way to record them. Offer your services. Offer them a package deal. Hey guys, I'll record 10 of your events this year for this price. Or do an a la carte pricing and be like, hey, I'll come record your marching band. I'll come record the wind ensemble, the choir. I had a great opportunity some years back where a choir did not have an accompanist. And I actually went in there trying to get a recording gig. I was speaking to the choir director, and the choir director was actually, she was embarrassed. She was like, look, I'm not a good piano player, but I'm the choir director, and sometimes I don't have a way to accompany the choir on piano. I got you. Give me your pieces. So that's what I did. She gave me all her curriculum for the entire year. I think it was about 15 pieces. And I sequenced out every piano part. And I did 3 tempos on every single one. I did learning it, basically. Learning a tempo, which would be like maybe 30 clicks below. A rehearsal tempo, which would be like maybe 10 clicks below. And then a performance tempo. We tried that the first year. She loved it. The second year, I did the same thing with all 3 tempos, but this time I did the actual individual parts. So I actually sequenced out all the vocal parts. And then I gave her rehearsals. So I gave the piano parts in all 3 speeds, plus the altos. It was the 2 altos, tenor. No, it was a soprano, alto, tenor, and bass. So I would do alto, tenor, and bass with no soprano. And then I would do soprano, tenor, and bass with no alto. And then soprano, alto, bass with no tenor. And then soprano, alto, tenor with no bass. And I actually did that job for many years. It actually was a very, very great paying job. But I found an opportunity and I got in there. Number 9, YouTube. Not just making a YouTube channel and not just uploading YouTube videos, but actually catering to people that do YouTube videos so that you can clean up their audio, bring their audio up a notch. Some of these guys just don't know how to do it. They might do great YouTube videos. They might have the video part down, but they need an audio guy to help them out. Somebody who's the go-to cat. So you can have them, hey, send me your audio. I'll clean it up, check out all the noise, check out all the hissing, master it very well for you, and then give it to them in a bunch of different ways. Hey, I'll give it to you on an MP3, Wave, AIFF, FLAC, whatever they need it at. You want to be flexible with them and give it to them. So it's not just content creation, but you want to be the specialist when it comes to their audio. Do a good job the first time, I guarantee you they'll come back to you. Another thing that's outside the box, guys, that's helped me out too is looking for non-music stuff to record. I'm sure you're thinking, what the hell are you talking about? There's a lot of stuff out there that has nothing to do with music that also needs to be recorded. I'll give you a great example. Comedians, sermons, lectures, podcasts, dissertations, interviews. I mean, there's a whole wealth of stuff out there that needs to be recorded that has nothing to do with music. Those are the best. It's easy. There's not much to mix. All they need is something clean, something reliable that they can turn in. I've done plenty of these. I actually worked with one pastor who would do a series, and he would do, he did one great one about dealing with the loss of a family member. And, it had a lot of scripture, and he would read scripture, and then he would talk about it, and it was all for people who were suffering, loss of a loved one. Now, this had nothing to do with music. This was somebody spreading the word. And I'd edit it for him, and he'd give it out at his church. And it was great. It was it was like, if you're dealing with a tragedy of this or that. And eventually it worked into different series. Trouble in your marriage, or building a healthy marriage, working with troubled youths, all kinds of different things. And he had them there on the way out of church, and he would offer them for free. Hey, if you just need something to talk about, or you want to listen to something about these issues, and he would offer them there for free. So we developed another good project together. So he would record it, and then he'd tell me, hey, I need, 1 or 2 copies of this one, 1 or 2 copies of this one. At the beginning, it wasn't that. At the beginning was he was ordering actually spindles, and I would get him 50 of this one, 50 of that one, 50 of this. But eventually he bought his own duplicator, and then he would manufacture his own CDs. And then eventually he started just posting them online, and people would go listen to them. Hey, this had nothing to do with music. What it had to do with was offering a great recording service. And I was glad that I was there to help him, and I'm glad that he was there to pay me, because it worked. It was mutually beneficial. Now, along the lines of dance groups and that kind of thing, another thing that I've been hit up for in the past is actually playlists. I want to say more like DJ lists, but I'll just put this under playlist because it's happened when a funeral home, for example, might call me and be like, hey, this family wants these 30 songs mixed together in a, long playlist that loops. Or a band has also told me, hey, or a venue has said, hey, I need a playlist that I can throw on between bands. It needs to be 15 minutes because that's what the bands have to change, or it needs to be 30 minutes because that's what the bands have to change. So you can make me a 30-minute playlist, and they'll give you the music, whatever music, they have. Now, I actually want to clarify what I mean by playlist. I don't mean like a playlist per se as you would create on iTunes. What I'm actually talking about is you make a mix, almost like a club mix. Even though it would be for a funeral, maybe a somber event, it's still a mix. And what I mean by that is that song 1 flows seamlessly into song 2. Song 2 flows seamlessly into song 3. What they're paying you for is your editing job. I mean, they're not expecting song 1 to play all the way through, beginning to end. It finishes their space and then song 2 starts. No. What I mean is you make a seamless mix, perhaps a seamless 15-minute mix, a seamless 30-minute mix, just like you would do for like a dance squad. I did actually have to stop the recording because I got a call in the middle of it. But I'm glad I got this call because it actually brings one more idea that I had actually completely forgotten about, which is audio transfers. There's a whole lot of work. As a matter of fact, I just took a job for one. Back in the day, I used to get a lot of calls for this to CD, for that to CD. But it seems now like they just need the audio. So what I mean is, hey, can you do a reel-to-reel to CD? Or can you do a reel-to-reel to wave? Can you do a tape to wave? Can you do vinyl to wave? Yes, absolutely. So here's another avenue, guys. Audio transfer and audio restoration. Okay. Audio transfer, audio restoration. Great job. It's easy. It's quick. What takes the longest is cassettes, and reel-to-reels and vinyl are real time. So you actually have to kind of sit there and listen to, if it's a cassette, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, or 90-minute play. On vinyl, it's usually, 33 minutes. And if you do this, I would offer 2 services. I would offer an audio transfer service and an audio restoration service. One would be you simply take a cassette and you turn it into a CD, or you take a cassette and you turn it into MP3. The second service would be not only do you transfer it, but you go in there and you re-EQ it, you recompress it, you remaster it, you clean out all the hisses, all the pops, and if it's vinyl, you take out all the vinyl noise, unless they want it. So people do want it in there. And the last thing I want to say before I forget, this is an actual newer job, okay? This is probably one that's only been around, I would say, maybe within the last year. The ability to use AI to remix, or the ability to use AI to create new recordings out of old recordings. What does that mean? For example, I love this song. It's not a very popular song, but I can't find a karaoke version of it anywhere. Hey, there's a lot of AI out there that'll do simple vocal removal. Now this you can take to whatever degree you want to take it to. You can just simply do the vocal removal and just give the person just what would be a karaoke track. Or you can take it a step further, type out the lyrics, put it on a video editor, and actually make what would look like an actual karaoke track with the words, in white letters or whatever, with a bouncing ball if you want to do it that way, with the actual audio. Another new job, though, that I've only seen within the past year would be the ability to remix older stuff. So, for example, let's say you had a band. Hey, we recorded this gig, and it's just a stereo feed that we got off the mixer, so there's no individual tracks per se. Well, with AI now, you can strip that down. I mean, it's not perfect, but you can strip it down and get just bass out, get just guitars, get just drums, and give it a good remixing. That would be probably a step above just simply EQing a stereo track. So there you go, guys. A couple more ideas. I guess the main point I want to make, guys, is you don't want to be just chasing gear all the time. You want to get good at what you have. You want to make yourself priceless. You want to make your services priceless. You want to be the guy that they call because they don't want to stress about it. Also, there's other aspects. You got to set a good price and be honest with yourself. If this job is going to take you 5 hours and you want to charge $25 and you're willing to work for $5 an hour, then fine. Offer your services for that. But if you feel like, hey, that job's going to take 5 hours and I feel I'm worth at least $10 an hour, charge them $50. If you think your services are worth $20 an hour, charge them $100. But be honest about what you'll work for. You can't tell a band, hey, dude, I'll produce a demo for y'all and then spend $200 hours working on it and then charge them $150. Come on. You're working for 50 cents an hour. Be realistic about it. People pay who they trust, not the cheapest. That's another really important thing to get through your head. At the end of the day, they're not going to pay the cheapest. They'll always pay the guy they trust. Be professional. Show up on time. Have nice hygiene. I mean, that goes without saying, but nice, clean hygiene. Dress nice. Yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Don't cuss. Be professional. And like we talked on the last episodes, be cool. You don't want to go in there and break the vibe. You want to build the vibe. That's half the gig. And remember, it's don't expect to get rich quick. You want to expect to get rich quick. This isn't the field. Be here because you love the passion and you love the skill. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for today's episode. I hope some of these ideas sparked something in you, whether it's reaching out to your local bands, connecting with churches, working with cheer squads or fundraisers, or even jumping online with platforms like Fiverr. The key is simple. Don't wait around waiting for the work to find you. Go out there, make the connections, and show people you're serious about what you do. Be the guy that they can always count on. And remember, every gig matters, even small ones. Build your reputation, your network, and your skills. That's how you turn passion into a career. Hey guys, we'll probably have to turn this into a series. There's no way we can get it all out in just one podcast. We'll probably need a couple of podcasts to share all the ideas of how to make money as a young engineer. We haven't even skimmed the surface, quite honestly, but show the long-term payouts, songwriting, producing, publishing. Hey friends, before I wrap up, I just want to say thank you for hanging out with me here on the show. If you're enjoying these conversations and want to help me keep it going, you can actually support the podcast really easily. I've got a Buy Me Coffee link and a Support the Show button right on the podcast page. Think of it as tossing a tip in the jar. It helps me keep creating, keep sharing, and keep growing this community. No pressure at all. But if you've gotten value out of these episodes, I'd be super grateful for your support. You'll find the links on the show notes or right on the podcast page. And as always, the best support is just listening, sharing, and being here with me. So thank you for that. Guys, I got a great ebook, The Art of Modern Music Production. And it's not just a little book. It's a nice sized book. It's over 150 pages long. You want it? You got it. It's free. Just email me. hangingoutwithchops@gmail.com or hit me up on the email link on the front page of this podcast.
We're hanging out with chops. Time just never stops. Answers fade like drops on a broken ticking clock. Stories told without a clue. Lost in chaos, nothing new. Searching for the something true. Faint whispers in the blue. Tune in, get lost in the flow.